Hi and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. Today we're doing something just for fun, because burnout is real and sometimes you just have to make something creative. So what I'm thinking is, I have all these old t-shirts I have cut up so they're all in the same size. All these nerdy t-shirts with all kinds of lovely prints on. This one is well loved, as you can see. So the idea is that I want to make this into or what do you call those? A comforter, a duvet, or a tæppe. So I'm thinking I'm going to make it like patchworky. And because these are stretchy, then I'm going to be sewing those on these. This is just some old, some cotton fabric, some sheets. So I have this idea that I can iron these two together, if that makes sense, so they kind of lay together, and then I will sew. I don't really know if I'm going to be sewing like all around all the prints, or if I'm just going to make like streaks of thread. Yeah, I'm still contemplating on that, but this is the plan. There were 8 t-shirts, and I have also taken the backs of the t-shirts, which means, wow, that I have 16 pieces, about 40 centimeters high and about 33 centimeters wide, kinda. I think that's what they're going to end up being. So it's going to be about 140 wide and 160 high in meters. I have 6 red, 2 blue, 2 grey, 4 black and 2 brown. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to be putting the reds here, then the grey and maybe the browns, and then the blues up here, maybe, I don't really know yet. And then I have this batting that I'm going to be putting in between. I don't know if I'm going to be putting it when I have ironed these two together, if I'm going to be separating those and putting in the wadding between, because I don't really have enough. I only have like, can you focus please? Like 1.5 meters of this, which isn't enough. You can see my little sketch here. So this is all a work in progress. Let's try this and see what happens. But first, I'm going to be ironing those two together like a pair, and then see how it goes, basically. Yeah, so far so good. And this is the t-shirt I'm wearing today. Isn't it just lovely? I also have all of these different colors of thread that I was thinking I could use, like making patterns on all of the pieces before sewing them together. Just, you know, have some fun with fabric and some thread, basically. Not thinking too much about it, just being creative. So all the tiles are done. I'm gonna call them tiles because that makes sense to me. I think I'm going to be making just straight lines on the ones that are all in one color, and on these ones I'm going to be trying to, you know, stitch around the design of the prints on the front here, in as close as a color that I have. I don't know if I have a red or maybe have a yellow or something, but just so it makes sense to keep it more calm when it's all sewn together. Now all the print sides of the t-shirts or the tiles are done. Now I'm thinking I need to make like a template to put over all of the tile pieces so they all become the same size, just to make it easier to sew together. It's not perfect, but you know, t-shirt material, put that over some not t-shirt material, well, yeah. But I think they turned out great. Oh yeah, and I ended up just using white thread for all the pieces, just to give it some, I don't know, I think it pops better than if I put blue, dark blue on it. You know, just if you do something, that do it with intention, so you can see what you made. Yeah, so far so good. And after making the template, I just have to put this over all of the pieces, just taking one at a time and cutting it into size. Ah yes, the dance of the fabric tiles. This took a little bit of trial and error. And a lot of thinking. These are my thinking hands. But we got there in the end. Ta-da! Now we just need to sew them all together, one by one. I'm going to be ironing all of the seam allowance to make all the edges nice and crisp. Now the tedious task of pinning all the layers together, starting with the top layer. Oh, remember this one? The one with the fucked up sleeves? I'm going to be taking the skirt part of this and be using it for my little project, because let's make something good out of it. Again, pinning all the layers together. Making all of the pieces fit together. I'm going to be stitching all the corners through the layers, like so, just to keep all the layers in place. I'm going to be putting a little button on top, just because I can. I'm going to bind all of the edges. And here it is, all done. So big it doesn't even fit into the frame. But just look at it, isn't it lovely? And big and fluffy. And I have been using it ever since I finished it, to be honest. It's my new favorite thing. and green on the other side. And here it is, in full size. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you see you next time. Bye!